What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out the vlog. We were lucky enough to get media passes to the Sun Bowl for 2023, so we went up a night before. We went to the Shack Wings and Brews. It was a 1-hour wait, so we went and checked it out, and then we went to another spot while we waited. It was called Smokey's Pit Stop and Smokey's Saloon. It was kind of cool because it had two different sections to it. One was the restaurant part of things, and the other side was a hometown feel kind of bar, sports bar type. It kind of reminded me of the Elks Lodge back at home here in Carlsbad. So we actually sat down, had paleta shots for free. Bartender hooked it up, and Sprite Jameson. It was really good. Next up was Shorty's, which was a really cool atmosphere, a pretty cool vibe. Very small amount of people in the actual spot, but of course it was a Thursday night. They had Crown Peach, Crown Apple, Sprite, and Sweet and Sour, which was the bartender's recommended special, and it was actually really solid too. After that, we went back to the Shack for a Paloma Margarita and Old Fashioned after they sent us a text that our tables were ready. But those are some of the best wings that we've ever had, or I've ever had. Spicy lemon pepper wings was phenomenal. The burger was really good too. Then afterwards, we wanted to treat ourselves to something sweet, so we both customized a paleta, and I think Ruben actually chose the better paleta on this one, and that was it for the night. Woke up the next morning to some of the worst breakfast that we've ever had, but it didn't matter because it was Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl day, baby. We headed over to Media Will Call, got our passes, got our hoodies, which we will be giving away, and we made our way over to the stadium, which was really exciting. Once again, it's Notre Dame over there playing against Oregon State, but first we had to stop for something extra. We got some awesome milk teas, and this place was kind of a hidden gem downtown in El Paso, so you got to check this place out, Kinley's. Definitely worth it. We headed over to the field, navigated our way through to get over to the parking garage, and got to see a lot of fans kind of just checking different things out. The band was walking around as well as we headed over to the Sun Bowl parking lot, where we got to talk to some really fun fans.
Who's the first person you think of when you think of Notre Dame?
Joe Montana.
Brady Quinn.
Probably Joe Montana.
Joe Montana?
Quarterback for the Irish.
Matt Tateo's girlfriend.
All right.
Joe Montana, the GOAT.
All right. Joe Montana.
My dad, this guy right here.
Okay. Very cool.
Newt Rockney.
I actually think of Rudy Rudiger. You know, Rudy, my heart goes out to him. And of course, win one for the Gipper.
All right.
Aside from Rudy, I'd say Newt Rockney.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. What are we grilling out today?
Over here we got some sirloin burgers, some brats, some beer brats, and we got some hot links. We also have breakfast. We got huevos con chorizo and hash browns and pancakes.
Wow. How long have you guys been here?
So our guy got here at 6 a.m. and then the rest of us got here on 8 o'clock.
We got Jenga, we got cornhole, we got brats, we got burgers, we got burritos going, we got everything.
And we got beer.
Let's go. What are we drinking today?
This would be an old fashioned.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Not only were these tailgating fans super fun, but they were also really generous. We ended up with tequila shots, drinks, and food. It just felt like everybody that we talked to, they almost offered us up something, which was really neat, and just kind of a great environment to go and check out on top of going to the game, of course.
All right. Note to self, go to the tailgate 2 hours earlier and have more fun with the people tailgating next year. What do you think?
Sounds great. Yeah, we need to do that.
After all that tailgate fun, we headed towards the stadium, and we went to the photo trailer to get our pennies, which were required because we were going to be on the field, getting video, getting pictures, and we had to be official. So on the way in, we saw the color guard, and I'm still in awe of how many buses it takes to get a team over to the field. It's crazy. And so we headed on down in through the tunnel. We saw some Oregon State players, and I'm going to talk about it probably a few times, but they are huge, just absolutely massive. Now, we only got there an hour early, but there weren't very many people in the stadium just yet, so you could kind of get a sense of what it was like when it was a little bit quieter, and that was kind of neat. The stadium is really well taken care of. It's a cool stadium built into a mountain, and I think that's really what makes it unique. And even though the stadium is home to the UTEP Miners, this is what they look for every single year. There's Coach Marcus Freeman as they get ready for the bands to play. Now, the bands were awesome, and another cool thing was that they had a lot of veterans and their families presenting the flag for the national anthem. And as you can see, those helicopters over there, they're Apache helicopters, and they came and did a flyover over the stadium. I'm used to seeing jets just zoom by, but it was kind of cool that the helicopters came around and they kind of like marinated. You could get the experience. I gotta say, I knew there were a lot of Notre Dame fans, but I did not expect Oregon State to get booed as much as they did. They got booed more than the referees. It was wild. Notre Dame's entrance, though, was an all-time baller move. Their entrance was electric. The crowd went wild, and their hype video was like the best I've ever seen. And I went to the World Series this year, guys.
Corporate Affairs Officer Stacy Flathow, along with Tony the Tiger, Sun Bowl Association President Travis Hughes, and the... It is heads.
The coin toss before the game was a lot of fun. Tony the Tiger actually flipped the coin, and it was a pretty friendly atmosphere, as a matter of fact. So you can see a lot of Notre Dame fans, very little Oregon State fans, but regardless, we got things ready, and Ruben actually took a picture for Sam Hartman, which was really cool.
Dang.
Now, I was able to get some really cool game footage, but then I looked over and this guy's lens cost almost as much as my truck. One of the special guests was Spice Adams, a former NFL player and a current star on social media.
Recording?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we in this thing, man. Nice to meet you,
Thank you.
Dude was a super cool guy, so I totally get why he's so popular. But check out this camera rig that they have. I mean, it was just going back and forth all throughout the game, and just a really cool device, I guess. And you can just kind of see how many fans were there. At halftime, we used our media meal ticket to get some Chick-fil-A, which was really good, obviously. Notre Dame at the time was leading 14-0, so it really was a pretty close game at the half. We went into where the concession stands were just to go and check it out, get some footage, and these lines had over 300 to 400 people in each of them for the main concession stand lines. There was 6 lines per concession stand when you get up to the front, but still it was crazy. I will say the hot dogs smelled really good, and then they had food trucks and different types of stands outside, as well as lemonade and things like that. All of the merch was sold out by halftime in my experience from what we could find. But then we went out here and you're like, where are all the people that are at the concession stands going to sit? It looks just like a sea of people and no seats are available. What a cool view we got just coming out through the mine shaft section. We got to see the cheerleaders do their thing to the band. That is really what makes the atmosphere, I think, for college football, is the band, the cheerleaders, the mascots are big time as well. As you can see here, the Notre Dame Leprechaun started the wave, and this wave was really well done. You can kind of see it forming more and more, and as it got closer to us, it just got that much better. But I think college football has that vibe to it that makes everybody want to keep coming back for more, whether you're watching it on TV or watching it in person. The Sun Bowl engulfed all of that. And you could see Benny, the Beaver from Oregon State, watching onto the game as well. And it just blows my mind how big the hits sound when you're right there next to them. I mean, you know these guys are huge, but sometimes the hits just sound like bone crushing. And right there, we were looking for Tony the Tiger where he was, and then he came up close. And it's just kind of cool to see the premier type of mascot like Tony the Tiger and him being so friendly with the fans. They absolutely ate it up. And what an advertisement for Frosted Flakes, by the way.
They're a new one every game.
The fans were so into this game even after the third unanswered touchdown by Notre Dame. And then after that, they hit the extra point and it went into the crowd, and security was trying to get the ball. They were not having it. They were throwing the football around, as you can see in this video, which made it even more fun just to kind of interact with fans and just see how they just enjoying every moment of it. Notre Dame's cheerleaders and band were incredible as well, very friendly on both fronts also. And you can see here the leprechaun watching the game very intently as well. So as I said before, Sam Hartman was there on the sideline getting ready for the NFL draft, so he did not play, but there was a safety that was in question, so they went to the review, and the fans were so into it at this point. This is what it looked like. With just over 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Jeremiah Love scored another touchdown into the John Morant gun celebration, and the fans ate it all up. Despite it being a blowout, the fans didn't go anywhere.
All right, so we're sitting here with 45 seconds left in the game here at the Sun Bowl. 40-8. It was a blowout, but it was an absolute blast. And as you can see behind us, the Notre Dame fans stuck with them the entire game, no matter what. They have something to be proud of for sure. Sun Bowl 2023, phenomenal.
After the game, players from both sides went out and greeted each other. There was media scattered everywhere right before the trophy presentation. And what was cool about it was they actually used Frosted Flakes to dump on to the Notre Dame head coach instead of Gatorade like normal and things like that. So you can kind of see it here on the ground after the fact. And the Notre Dame squad gathered together for the band. After that really cool Notre Dame tradition, they presented Notre Dame Fighting Irish with the Sun Bowl trophy. That was entirely too big. And then they gave Jordan Fiajon, I believe is how you say it, the MVP. It was really cool to me, actually, how they collect their helmets and stuff like that, because I believe before every game, like we saw in Rudy, they spray paint the helmets, and that's part of the tradition. So they take good care of that. Equipment managers have to be on top of it, and you can see these two. We'll get into the trucks of what they store the equipment into here in just a bit. But yeah, you can see a lot of the fans and family and parent, all of them all just hanging out waiting to greet the players. There's the Oregon State equipment truck and the Notre Dame equipment truck. Of course, attention to detail with the front of the semi being the gold helmet look. And you can kind of see all of that. I was very impressed by this entire showing. It was so much fun. Afterwards, we went and got a couple of snacks for the road at Boss, hot dogs and chicken and all that stuff, and enjoyed it. So hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. Here's some pictures that we really loved from the game that we took on our phones or on our camera that we were, photographers for throughout the game. Thank you guys for watching the vlog. Really do appreciate it. So much fun to do these types of things. We hope to go to more events and get more things like this going for you guys to enjoy. Tell us what you think and what team were you going for in this one?